cyclone hazards. Cyclone is violent wind rotating around a central area. The word cyclone is derived from the Greek word cyclos, meaning the coils of a snake. In the northern hemisphere, a cyclone refers to an area of low atmospheric pressure surrounded by winds moving in a counterclockwise direction, while a corresponding area of high atmospheric pressure with winds blowing in the clockwise direction is called an anticyclone. In the southern hemisphere, the wind directions are reversed. The intensity of the cyclones and the strength of winds depend on the amount of pressure drop in the center of the cyclone and the rate at which this pressure increases outwards. Severe tropical cyclones cause storm surges. A storm surge is an abnormal rise of sea level near the coast, due to which seawater enter low-lying areas of coastal region, causing damage to human life and the property. Classifications of cyclones. They are classified as extratropical cyclones, that is along temperate zone, known as temperate cyclones, and tropical cyclones. World Meteorological Organization uses the term tropical cyclone to cover weather systems in which wind speed exceeds 63 km per hour. Temperate cyclones, also known as extratropical cyclones. This type of cyclone generally occurs outside the tropics with a latitude range between 30 and 60 degree. Tropical cyclones are cyclones originating in the tropics. Tropical cyclones are the air of the ocean and atmosphere provided by the heat from the sea and driven by easterly trades and temperate westerlier high winds and their own fierce energy. In India, cyclones deals with strength of associated winds, storm surges and exceptional rainfall occurrences. Extratropical cyclones occur in temperate zones and high latitude regions. Cyclones that develop in the regions between the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer are called tropical cyclones. So, categories of cyclone based on wind speed. So, it's given here 5 categories based on the wind speed. So, the table gives the damage classification of cyclone based on the damage capacity. Effects of cyclone. The following are the sum of the adverse effects of cyclones. So cyclones produces high pressure gradients, which produces strong winds, which in turn generate storm surges, and it causes seawater to enter into low-lying area of coastal regions, drowning human beings and the livestock. This erodes beaches and embankments. It also destroys vegetation and reduces the soil fertility. Cyclone produces very strong winds which causes damage in installations, dwellings, communication systems, trees, etc. Heavy and prolonged rains because of this cyclone lead to river floods and submergence of low-lying areas, causing loss of life and property. Floods and coastal inundation produced by cyclone results in storm surges, which causes pollution in drinking water, which is the main source of causing outbreak of epidemics. So this gives a storm surge and its effects. Preventive measures of cyclone, which is also known as cyclone management. So cyclone is a natural hazard and it is beyond human control. However, the damages caused by these cyclones can be minimized by using the following measures. Some long-term defense measures can help to protect us from devastation. Such measures include planting more trees on the coastal belt, construction of dams, storm shelter, windbreaks, proper drainage, and wide roads for quick evacuation. Forecasting and warning. Forecasting a cyclonic event is the best measure of minimizing losses due to a cyclone. Advanced systems of cyclone forecasting are now available to almost all the developed nations of the world. Warning should be issued immediately to the concerned government agencies and to the general public. Construction. Special care should be taken while constructing houses, bridges, roads, and communication networks in cyclone sensitive areas. Cyclone shelters should be constructed in cyclone prone areas, and arrangements must be made to evacuate people in case of an emergency. Relief task. Relief measures such as economic help and support by individuals, community, and government and non-governmental organizations should be ensured to help in resettlement and rehabilitation of affected people. Awareness should be spread at all levels of the community to prepare everyone for emergencies.